Today's AskReddit post. What screams I have depression? Oh boy, this is gonna be a good one. Let's get started. Feeling like it's a chore to do things that you used to love doing. Literally impossible to relax. Everything done for enjoyment. This is a waste of time. I should do something productive. What actually gets done? Nothing. Constantly in a world in your head. I struggle with living like this. My mind and body are normally never in the same place. Maladaptive daydreaming. My daydreaming was so bad I would actually miss shows of the day. I would usually daydream through an entire school day, missing everything they taught. Snoozing for an eternity, because you know what awaits you when you get up and face the day. Just kinda waiting for the day to end each day. The world moves so slowly when I'm depressed. But I feel like time is passing me by too fast when I swing into anxiety. The days move slow, but the months move fast. Completely tired all the time, even when you don't do anything. I had this problem years ago. Turns out I was vitamin D deficient, which in turn made me feel depressed. I've been taking 2000 IU vitamin D pills every day for years, just to maintain baseline per my doctor. That's like 3x the amount for normal people. I was driving, as I frequently do for work, and realized I didn't have Spotify or the radio on. I'm a music nut. I had been driving that way for hours. Thought back and had multiple days like that. And Ash X200B just wasn't interested in it. That was weirdly a big wake up call for me. Not singing along to the radio is an early sign I'm not doing so good. I've been in crisis recently and am back on the meds and with psychiatric and DOT teams. The other day I was singing while making a cup of tea. My husband came into the kitchen smiling and said it was lovely to hear me singing again. What he meant was that it's good I'm feeling able to sing again, not that my caterwauling is a pleasant sound. Depression doesn't scream. It would require too much energy. I shouldn't laugh, but I did because accurate. I didn't have the energy to laugh. Gradually pulling away from everything. You hang out with friends less frequently. You start doing the bare minimum at work. Eventually you just stop caring altogether and all you want to do is be alone. Literally me right now. Feels like I'm drowning and just begging to be pulled out. Depressed, sad and anxious every day. Yay. I go through my workday like a zombie most days. Just waiting for the work days to be over. Asterisk wanting to sleep, but not really. Asterisk wanting to comfort eat, but not really. Asterisk not wanting to be on your own, but not wanting to be with people either. Asterisk wanting to go out, but wanting to stay home. Asterisk wanting to have a bath, but not once you're in it. All of the above in reverse and x10. The not wanting to be alone, but not with people either is so goddamn true. Depression is maddening. The nest. The depression nest. Ah, you mean my pillow fort surrounded by ensures because I can't be asked to eat, and candy wrappers everywhere because somehow I can still eat those. Intense irritation at small things. Had to scroll way too far to find this. I know when depression is rearing its head again, because everything and everyone is just too freaking much to deal with. It's like a cup that's already full to the brim. I'm already using all my energy just keeping myself together, so I can't handle anything else. I'm a little envious of the people who can at least sleep when depressed. I just get irrationally angry and then feel horribly guilty for taking it out on people I love. I'm so thankful I live in an age that has antidepressants. I know they are not for everyone, but we have long family history of depression, including a great grandmother who was literally in an institution for a while, so there's obviously some flaw with our neurochemistry going on. Not taking a shower and losing appetite while staying in a dark room. Not taking a shower but eating all day, and yes, I like it dark. Depression makes me overeat. I kinda envy those whose depression makes them lose their appetite. I'd much rather undereat instead of overeat. Being fat just adds to my depression. Waiting for each day to end, but not really having a reason why. Because you're not waiting for any specific event. That's me right now. Sleeping to avoid living. Even if you're not necessarily tired. Waking up and your first thought being only X more hours until it's socially accepted to go bed again. There is a version of the 1,000-yard stare folks who have it bad can get, though it's usually only recognizable by others who are depressed or who've been through it and really remember. Oh yeah, I remember it. The horizon look. As if you were searching onto some place only you see for something only you can't seem to find. Being hungry but after a minor inconvenience losing appetite. I've noticed that when I'm really bad, I don't even bother. My stomach is growling and I'm starving, but I have zero appetite. If that makes sense. The effort it takes is just too much. Yes, came here to say basically this. Hungry, but eating is not worth the effort of making something. Constantly playing video games for distraction, or not playing at all, as they no longer provide entertainment. Also playing 30 minutes and then switching to another game because that one didn't work. And then, again. The worst is when you're playing well but still feel nothing. Poor hygiene. Loss of interest in hobbies or socialization. I have a scale I call the toothbrush scale. It's a measure of how bad my depression is based on what I'm doing, or not, to take care of my oral hygiene. If I use the Sonica 2x/day and floss or pick 1x, I'm doing really phenomenally well. If I'll let my mouth go for several days in a row, I should probably check into an outpatient program. The rest is a spectrum. Do I brush but not floss? Rinse but not brush? 2x a day or only once? It's a pretty good gauge of how I'm doing. Not wanting to get out of bed all day. Mindlessly scrolling Reddit and other social media, even when it is not filling. Especially when it's not filling. The big question is what comes first? Scrolling phones or depression? Drinking alcohol to slow your brain down from all the regrets, uncertainty, and sadness you experience every day. Change of behavior day to day. Someday, the person will be joyful, motivated and look energetic, while the day after, it will be grumpy, demotivated and tired. Constant change of mood is a big sign of depression and will have an impact on all others aspect in its life. Definitely, I get momentary bursts of energy and joy and can wake up unusually chatty and bright making coffee etc. But depression quickly pulls me back. I'm happy in the kitchen then get back to my room, feel the immense weight again, and cry too much. The tease of a good mood is maddening at times. ESP when others think it means you're okay again, but you know it's fleeting, and sometimes just circumstantial. Poor hygiene. Messy room. Not wanting to get out of bed. Feeling numb. Questioning life/your existence. Avoiding social interactions. A constantly messy house. Feel like my depression is weird because cleaning helps my anxiety. So it's like these swings of making messes and then feeling awful everything isn't clean. Just leads to this crazy burnout that makes me really unstable. If I don't clean my house my depression gets worse. I'm definitely a rage depressive maniac cleaner. Staying up way too late playing games, sitting on phone, etc. Because going to bed means you have to get up in the morning and do it all over again. Revenge bedtime procrastination. It's like the central theme to my life. Not caring that much anymore applies to lots of things. So for example, not doing the dishes, living messy, waking up whenever, snoozing forever, waiting for the day to end etc. Sleeping for 36 hours. Only waking up to pee. Conversely you need to pee really bad, but you just sit there anyway. I'm fine. I'm just tired. Not feeling well. You know that friend who's always checking in on you to make sure you're doing okay. The I got you. Don't worry about it friend. The life of the party. The one who's always smiling and joking. Check on them. When your chest feels like it's been punched in so hard that the pain hasn't gone away for years. This is how anxiety feels for me. But depression and anxiety are like peanut butter and jelly. Well, a poopty PBJ. Constantly listening to music or just consuming media 24/7 so that you do not have time to think about anything else. To block out the negative thoughts. Problem with that is, you become so numb to the constant stimulation that the distractions no longer work. The songs you used to like you hate. Shows you used to like you can't enjoy. Like the dopamine receptors in your brain get burnt out. Every little thing is just way too much effort. That feeling you get when you wake up and you are deeply and immediately disappointed because you did wake up today. Currently on my 5th therapist and trying to get to the other side that everyone swears exists, where somehow things are better, but life is hard and the call of oblivion is a siren song. Most normal people don't ask themselves the question, why do I have to exist, while lying in bed thinking about how horrible everything is. Life isn't a fun adventure for us. It's a responsibility. Like paying bills. Or doing chores. Not living but rather walking around wondering why I'm living to begin with. According to the movies, banquet frozen meals. More seriously, there are numerous markers. Lethargy and anhedonia, loss of interest in just about everything, is usually a start. Sleep quality is down. Either due to oversleeping and still feeling tired, or difficulty falling or staying all sleep is more present. Either the anhedonia extends to the appetite or the person bored eats in substitute for other things they used to do. Hygiene drops. Someone who stops showing up to things they would normally really enjoy. Depression makes you not find joy in the things you like, which then makes you feel guilt or resentment when you do these things because you should be having fun, which then makes you avoidant of the very things you need to be forcing yourself to do to climb out of your depression. The isolation is horrible, but I don't want to interact with anyone either. Withdrawing. Mindlessly indulging in anything for small hits of dopamine, food, cigs, alcohol, intercourse/masturbation. You don't even have the standard to feel happy, just not bad. Poor hygiene is a big one. I remember crying after becoming frustrated with getting hair ties stuck in my hair. I didn't have the energy to put on makeup for like a year. Rotting in bed binge watching YouTube/Twitch content where a person was talking to me made me feel like I wasn't alone. Helped when days would go by where I didn't go outside. Plus you won't let them down like you would your real friends. Outside, especially driving, feels very loud and too much because it had been so long since I went out. The only energy I had was to be mercilessly cruel to myself because I felt like a failure and compared myself to everyone and made up poop about what they must think of me. Someone who always seems happy. Nobody is in a good mood all the time. And if someone seems that way, it means they're burying all the bad emotions to present a strong face. It also suggests that they don't feel like they can talk about it. That was me in high school. The moment I didn't seem happy anymore, I was accused of faking it for attention by my classmates. I had good grades and seemed happy, so they bullied and mocked me into silence. Kept it to myself for the most part for the better part of 6 years. Edit, a word. Constantly putting yourself down. I remember, in about 5th grade, putting myself down and thinking I'm saying this stuff about myself before someone else has a chance to. I was 10 years old. When everything feels the same, even things that are supposed to be fun and exciting feel empty. Watching the same sitcoms on repeat with no energy to start watching anything new. I just sit on the couch and stare at nothing and everything, hating myself for not doing anything, and I can't seem to move my body. Deciding consistently that socializing is not something useful or enjoyable, but is it though? Like, why is the assumption that it is? Absolute indifference to everything because you feel like nothing really matters. Skip a friend's party? Whatever. They won't miss me. Didn't eat today. Meh. Maybe I'll eat tomorrow. Forgot to pay the electric bill. Meh. Let it get shut off. I just want to sleep anyway. I always know my depression is coming back when my house is a mess and I don't care to clean. It's usually when I have no clean utensils in my house that it finally hits me. Like I struggle to do my dishes normally, but if it gets to the point where I have no clean forks, knives, or spoons, that's usually a huge indicator that I've slipped back into my depression. Dissociating. If you see someone staring off into space next time, they may very well be dealing with that poop, and it's what I've been dealing with for most of my life. Bro, you actually watched the whole video. I'd give you a high five if I was a human. Make sure to click the like button and subscribe for more great content. See you next time.